Om Ajnanatimirandhasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Dadati Swapadantikam. Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Atafpada Kamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavangscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagarna Raghunatan Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadhutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagarna Lalita Shri Vishakhan Vitangscha. He Krishna Karuna Sindho Dinabandho Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute. Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Varshabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye. Vancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhya evacha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. Today is a very good day for initiations. Every day is a very good day. It's the most important day in how many lifetimes? How many lifetimes have you been in the material world? How many atoms are there in the universe? It's uncountable. It's anadi. Anadi karama phale. Pari bhavanava jale, tori bari nadeki upai. Since time immemorial, we are suffering the results of our activities, falling in the ocean of material existence. We don't find any way out. But Krishna is very kind. He gives a way out. He comes and speaks Bhagavad Gita. Today is, as you know, the appearance day of Lord Balaram, which is not called Balaram Jayanti. That's a common misconception. Jayanti, this term, is only applicable to Krishna, the original form of the Supreme Lord, and to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Balaram Purnima, it's very auspicious, being a holy day, and particularly because Balaram is intimately linked with Guru Tattva, as I spoke a little bit about in a talk which I gave starting approximately 8 o'clock India time, about 3 hours ago. We get strength from Balaram. Balaram means strong and beautiful. Spiritually strong and spiritually beautiful. So the Guru is meant to be spiritually strong and spiritually beautiful, which might not mean that he has a beautiful physique, but because Krishna and Krishna consciousness is very beautiful, that reflects in the personality of the Guru. Just 2 or 3 days ago, in an email, I got a comment about myself from an aspiring disciple. He wrote, "Your Holiness has set a very high standard, and it's almost impossible for anyone to come any close," I guess that means anywhere near close, "to that level, and even your devoted disciples might find it difficult to keep up with that level of determination, purity, and desire Your Holiness has shown to please Srila Prabhupada, the Guru Parampara, and Sri Sri Gaur Nitai." Really? I set a very high standard. I'm just giving the same thing that Srila Prabhupada gave and all the previous acharyas gave. And it's what's required to go back to Godhead. I'm just saying what I say is what you need to go back to Godhead. If I said anything else, then how am I being a guru? I learned from Srila Prabhupada what we have to do. Srila Prabhupada learned from his guru. And it's the same thing. It may be because things are somewhat compromised nowadays in our ISKCON society. But I don't understand why I'm setting a very high standard. It's just the same as what I learned when I joined the movement. And it's the same thing that Srila Prabhupada taught everywhere and to everyone. There are some things which Srila Prabhupada taught which are not taught much nowadays, but they should be, because we have to become Krishna conscious if we want to go to Krishna, which otherwise what's the point of taking initiation? And that means anukulyasya sankha. We have to surrender to Krishna, and the first lakshanams, or the first characteristics of surrender to Krishna, are anukulyasya sankalpa pratikulyasya varjanam. We do that which is conducive for developing Krishna consciousness, and we don't do that which is not conducive. So I say things like we should rise early in the morning, we should not eat any food which is not cooked by devotees and not offered properly to Krishna, that means we don't hang out at ice cream stores, and we don't buy bread and cakes from non-devotee sources. We should be Krishna conscious. We don't have extraneous hobbies. Our hobby is chanting Hare Krishna. Our hobby is everything Krishna. Avyartha kalatvam. We want to spend all our time in Krishna's service. So it is a high standard, no doubt, compared to existence in the material world, but we have to go high. We're aiming high. We're aiming to go back home, back to Godhead. So we can't think that we'll keep 1 foot here and 1 foot there. It's not going to work. We should discuss these things. As long as we think that there's something worthwhile to be had in this material world, except the opportunity to associate with devotees, which is part of the spiritual world anyway, then what are we doing in this material? What are we doing in the Krishna consciousness movement? It's meant for surrendering to Krishna. We can do so in family life, that's not proscribed, but we have to be serious. That's all. We can't get by just making Krishna consciousness a hobby, or we can't get by trying to enjoy material life and be Krishna conscious at the same time. Now I know everyone in our movement today doesn't preach that. I was speaking this morning, there are so many life coaches and all this who seem to want to hide to the people they're speaking to that we're in urgent need of surrendering to Krishna. They may even, I've heard that some devotee leaders actually tell others, you don't have to follow all the rules. Where did we learn these rules? We learned them from Srila Prabhupada and from Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu. The rules are there for following. So if someone says you don't have to follow, then they're not preaching what is required for us to be Krishna conscious. Rules are there to help us get out of Maya. So if someone says, oh, you don't have to follow all the rules, we may say that to someone in the very beginning. We may tell them, you just chant Hare Krishna, you don't bother about rules. Srila Prabhupada said that. He said, anyone is welcome to come to our temple and join us in chanting Hare Krishna and taking prasad. Visitors, especially on Sundays, we have Sunday programs. They're welcome to come. But if anyone wants to get serious, Srila Prabhupada said, then they have to, and if they want to get initiated, Srila Prabhupada said, then they have to follow the rules, which are minimally 4 regulative principles and chanting a minimum number of rounds of the Hare Krishna mantra. But there are so many other things we have to do if we're going to get in the fast stream back to Godhead. So if anyone tells you, don't follow the rules, don't listen to them, because don't associate with them, because they're not helping you, they're hindering you. It's a matter of Shruti Smriti Purana Adi Pancharatra Vidhing Vina Aikantiki Hare Bhaktir Utpate Yaiva Kalpate. Those who profess to represent Rupa Goswami and all the acharyas in the line of Rupa Goswami, who say don't follow all the rules, then they're going against the very injunction of Rupa Goswami, which says that we have to follow all these things, and if we don't, in the name of devotional service, then we are simply causing a disturbance in devotional life. We're confusing matters. If someone says follow the rules and someone says don't follow the rules, then it becomes confusing. Then we have to see, what does Shastra say? What do the Acharya say? It's a matter of ahani bhutani gachandeha yamalayam sheshas tavara ichanti kimascharya mataf param. There's the famous verse from the Yaksha Prashna of Mahabharata, in which Yudhishthira says that the most amazing thing in the world, what could be, well, he puts it in a question form, what could be more amazing than this, that people, so many people are dying and going to Yamaraj every day, and those who are staying, those who haven't yet reached death in this life, they want to stay on. They think they don't take it seriously that they're going to have to die. But so what could be more amazing than this? What could be more amazing than this, that someone came to the Krishna conscious movement, got all opportunity to go back to Godhead, and then starts preaching to others in a way that hinders their progress back to Godhead, and they may even be called a big preacher or a famous preacher. That I was quoting that verse this morning. Twice I said it this morning in the morning class. Nridehamadyam sulabam sudurlabam plavan sukalpo guru karnadharam mayanukulena nabasvateritam puman bhavabdim nataret sa'atmaha. Lord Krishna tells Uddhava that the human body is rarely attained. Now we have it by good fortune. It is like a good boat fit for crossing the ocean of material existence. And if we have a guru who can guide us properly, then it's like a captain who knows how to guide the ship. And if we have the favorable winds of Krishna's instructions as given in the Shastra, then, that is all facilities for going back to Godhead. But having taken all of this facility, we have all these facilities, and still we don't do what is required to go back to Godhead, then it's as if we are killing ourselves. Very strong words. So we should be careful also. We should hear that which is actually in disciplic succession. Just because someone's a senior devotee and says, listen to me, respect me, I'm senior, We should know if someone's telling us not to follow all these things. They say, I'm setting a very high level. Well, someone's setting a lower level means you remain in this material world. Don't get cheated. Someone themselves may not want to follow, or they may be just trying to increase the number of followers somehow or other. Why do I say all these things? You have to follow seriously. Well, I think I should try to benefit you. It's what I speak. If I'm going to take this role of guru, then I should speak to benefit you. And I know I've been benefited by what I've received from Srila Prabhupada, and I should give the same thing. Those who are, maybe they don't have faith in what Srila Prabhupada said, or maybe they themselves don't want to be serious, and they don't want to see others serious, and therefore they criticize those who are serious. It's bad association, actually. This will not give us the spiritual strength. Today we're especially praying for spiritual strength from Balaram. So initiation means we're making a commitment to take Krishna consciousness very seriously. Krishna consciousness is all bliss, but it's very serious also. And I trust that those of you who are taking initiation will be very serious in practice. Of course, those of you in household life, there are various challenges in the modern world, especially for those in household life. But I do expect you to really do the very best you can to do whatever is required to go back to Godhead. That means you chant your rounds, you follow the principles, you're not wasting your time watching Netflix or whatever. Be absorbed in Krishna. That is my request to you, and actually requirement. Or Rama. Today is Balaram Purnima, so it's the day for Rama. And the first devotee I'm going to give initiation to is a great devotee of Lord Rama, Ramachandra, the son of Dasharath. So we can proceed now with the giving the names, and what you have to do, first of all, is you bow down to Srila Prabhupada. You go and offer obeisances to Srila Prabhupada. Then you bow down in your home or wherever you are, or if you're in the temple, you bow down at the altar. And then I'll call the names one by one. I'm going to do it. I'll tell the order I'm going to do it so you can be prepared. First, from Australia, then India, Nikhil, then India, Kusum, then Malawi, three devotees, husband and wife, and husband only. In other words, his wife is not getting initiated now. Then to Croatia and Sweden, and then to Britain. So this, you can be ready. Now, Kritika Mataji should be there first.
Hare Krishna Maharaj.
Hare Krishna. You're looking very happy.
Yes, so all thanks to you. About 5 years ago, you advised me to get married. I did, and this is Lord Rama's gift.
This is the result.
This is the result.
Yes.
5 years ago, exactly today, you advised me to follow Varnashrama Dharma to please Lord Rama, and that is the best decision I made. Vani Seva was the best decision I've ever made, and Lord Rama gave me this this gift. And I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful.
Thank you very much. Great devotee of Lord Ram, absorbed in Ramayana. Ramayana means the movements of Lord Ram. So your mind is always moving.
Guru Maharaj, can you
Ram.
please bless Ram Sharan?
Rashivadam, Rashivadam. Hare Krishna. He's looking at me. Now, go on.
He loves Krishna's stories. I read Krishna book every day to him, and he absolutely loves it.
He's so young and he can understand, is it?
He keeps on touching Krishna's pictures.
I see.
He's very happy. So overall, Lord Rama gave us a devotee, and I think that this is the greatest blessing, and it's all thanks to you. It's all because of you.
And I'm all because of Prabhupada. I had my spiritual birth on Janmashtami, and you're having your spiritual, means I was initiated, and you're having your spiritual birth on Balarama Purnima. So I'm going to ask you the 4 regulated principles and how many rounds to chant, and then your reply, and then your husband may kindly put the beads in your hand when I say the name on your behalf. All right? Okay. Sorry, what's your name? Husband name? Can you hear me?
Ramaswamy.
Ramaswamy. So it's a Ram family.
Yes.
Very nice. Very nice. Yeah, so please tell me the 4 regulated principles.
No meat eating, no gambling, no illicit connections, and no intoxication.
And how many rounds of the Maha Mantra will you chant every day?
Minimum 16 good rounds every day.
All right. So please prepare to give the name, to give the beads. And your name is, give them, Rama Kinkari Devidasi. So now you have three Rams. Rama Kinkari. You can understand the meaning. It's very clear. Yes. The female servant of Lord Rama. So be happy in the service of Pati Parameshvara and Ram Bhagavan. You're serving Rama's husband, Rama's child, and ultimately Rama, the Supreme Personality of Godhead.
Okay, good, Maharaj.
And thank you for all the input you're giving for the pictures, for the paintings. That's all very helpful. So we're making a series of paintings for our new Ramayana edition.
Thank you very much for engaging me with this. Srila Prabhupada and Lord Gauranga. I'm very honored and very grateful for the opportunity.
Hare Krishna. Now we'll swing over to Sri Radha Rasbihari Temple in Mumbai. Simply to remember Radha Rasbihari. What a blessing. It's a long time since I went there, a long time since I went anywhere. And who's there to give the beads? Who will give the beads? Oh, I forgot to say that. After offering obeisance to Srila Prabhupada and the Krishna, you have to offer obeisance to your initiating guru also. Who's there to give the beads? Someone is there to give beads on my behalf? All right. Who is that? Oh, Haribol.
Achintya Rupadas.
Yeah. Okay. Please sit properly. You've heard Prabhupada say that. Sit properly. Okay. So please tell the 4 rules, 4 regulations. Char niyam jo palan karna hai.
Maharaj, no meat eating, no gambling, no intoxication, and no illicit sex, and minimum 16 rounds chanting daily.
All right. You got your tilak on nicely. That's good. Many people, they put their tilak on just as it looks like some, I don't know, like some tribal war paint or something, but it's well done. Good. That's good. All right. So please be ready to give the beads. And from now on, all the names I'm giving are names given by Srila Prabhupada. So I'm going to give you a name that Srila Prabhupada gave to one of his disciples. And your name is, be ready to give the beads, Nitai Gaura Chandra Das. Parama Karuna Pahundui Jana Nitai Gaura Chandra.
Thank you,
Sabhyavata
Maharaj.
Sara Shiromani Kevala Ananda Chandra. You can sing this every day.
Thank you, Maharaj.
Nitai Gaura Chandra. What are your services there at ISKCON Juhu? Tell me.
I serve in the kitchen, Maharaj, in the morning, and I'm and campus preaching with Adbhut Haribro.
I see. You're going out to the campuses? The people on the campuses?
In our own campus, Maharaj, in the temple.
Oh, I see. Preaching to the devotees. I see. Yeah, that's good. Devotees need preaching too also. You're assisting Adbhut Hari in that.
Yes,
All
Maharaj.
right. You're lucky to have that good association there.
Yes, Maharaj.
And ISKCON Juhu, it's not open to the public still, is it, or what?
No, it is not open yet, Maharaj.
So it's a very different scene. It used to be always bustling with life and people coming, and now it's like a big bhajan kuti or something like that, is it?
Yes,
preaching is going on the internet, no doubt.
Yes, Maharaj.
Everything's going on the internet. Even initiations are on the internet now also. You can find a guru on the internet. Dial a guru. All right, let's go up to Kolkata.
Thank you, Maharaj.
Hare Krishna. और कौन सी भाषा में बात बोलना है? हिंदी. आप हिंदी भाषी में और कोलकाता निवासिनी, लेकिन घर में हिंदी कहते हैं
क्योंकि मैं जो है, मेरा जो माँ का घर है वो उत्तराखंड का है. मैं उत्तराखंड की, उत्तराखंड में मेरे
बद्रीनाथ. Actually, बद्रीनाथ में और सब पुजारी केरला के हैं, नहीं? उनके पूर्व पुरुष बहुत पहले केरला से आए हैं. शंकराचार्य केरला से, कुछ ब्राह्मण वहाँ इसलिए पूजा करने के लिए बद्रीनाथ में.
जी गुरु महाराज.
हरे कृष्ण. तो आपकी बेटी आपको नाला देने वाले. आप तैयार. आप दूसरा तरफ आ जाए. Please come the other side. Hare Krishna. तो आप अभी हरे कृष्णा, अभी आपका जीवन का अंतिम काल हो रहा है. कैंसरग्रस्त. पूरा भौतिक जगत, पूरी भौतिक स्थिति कैंसर जैसे है, इसलिए उसको भवरोग कहते हैं। चैतन्य महाप्रभु ने कहा, एनेची औषधि माया नाशी बारो लागी, हरि नाम महामंत्र लाओ तुम्ही मांगी। चैतन्य महाप्रभु ने कहा कि मैंने वो दवा क्या आवाज है, मैंने दवा लाया जिससे भावरोग से मुक्ति होती है। वो क्या है? हरि नाम महामंत्र। अभी श्री चैतन्य महाप्रभु के सेनापति भक्त श्रील प्रभुपाद के तरफ से आपको दीक्षा देता हूँ, हरि नाम दीक्षा। तो पहले आप बताए 4 नियम।
नशा नहीं करना, और जुआ नहीं खेलना, और मांस नहीं खाना, किसी प्रकार का अवैध संबंध नहीं रखना, और कम से कम एक दिन में 16 माला का जाप अवश्य करना।
तो आपका नाम, एक नाम है जो श्रील प्रभुपाद उनकी एक शिष्या को प्रदान किया, और एक ब्रज गोपी का नाम है। आपका नाम माला दीजिए। आपका नाम चंद्र रेखिका देवी दास। माला।
Hare Bol, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Thank you, Maharaj, for accepting my mother. I mean, I was very, very desperate. Thank you so much. I was hopeless. I thought she will never be able to get initiated ever in her life, and it's in her last days. You have actually accepted her. You have become the captain of that ship. Thank you so much. I thought she'll never be able to get into this Guru Parampara. It's only because of you that she's got it. Thank you so much, Maharaj. Thank you so much.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
गुरु महाराज के
Krishna Krishna. Oh, आवाज का क्या हुआ? आवाज कट गया। आपकी आवाज ने
अभी आ रही है?
अभी सुनाई देता है।
गुरु महाराज मुझे आशीर्वाद दीजिए कि मैं आपके दर्शन करना चाहती हूँ। मैं आपके दर्शन करना चाहती हूँ। आपके दर्शन पाकर के कृतार्थ हो जाऊंगी।
अभी दर्शन है इंटरनेट में से।
कुछ करिए प्रभु, आशीर्वाद दीजिए।
मुख्य
कृष्ण भक्ति,
वो आशीर्वाद है श्रील प्रभुपाद के तरफ से, पूर्ण आशीर्वाद देता हूँ। शास्त्र में कहा गया है कि साधु का दर्शन आंखों में से नहीं होते हैं, मुख्य दर्शन कान में से सुनना चाहिए। श्रवणम नवविध भक्ति में प्रथम है श्रवणम। तो आपको मालूम है वो एक ऐप है, वो बाद में ऋषिकेश प्रभु आपको भेजेंगे। वो ऐप है जिससे मेरे सब हिंदी, बांग्ला, इंग्लिश सब लेक्चर्स और एक ऐप में उपलब्ध है। श्रवण करना जरूरी है।
She listens to you, Prabhu. I'm sorry, Maharaj. I'm so ecstatic. I'm so excited. She listens to you, Maharaj, almost every second day. Whenever she's not well, she's not been able to. However, she had heard your lecture in the morning also that you gave about Balram Tattva in Hindi and English. Both she has listened.
I see.
And she was very ecstatic. She understands English, but she's not very fluent in English. She understands all the things.
What about Bengali?
She understands Bengali, but not that much, as well as better as she understands English. She follows English and Hindi much better than understanding Bengali, because the ancestry is from Kerala, so they are Nambudris. They're Nambudri Brahmins.
That's what I was saying. That's what I was saying. They're actually अभी तक वहाँ वो आपस में
Yes, they
मलयालम कहते हैं ना या हिंदी
Malayali.
मलयालम
Malayali.
नहीं भाई मलयाली लोग है और उनकी भाषा का नाम मलयालम है ऐसा है भारत के बारे में भारतीयों को शिक्षा देता हूँ हरे कृष्ण तो अभी हम कहाँ जाएंगे अफ्रीका मलावी राधा कांत प्रभु का सुप्रयास से 2 भक्त अभी दीक्षा लेने वाले हैं. I guess I can speak in English. They're probably more comfortable. I don't know. They're from Odisha.
Yes, Maharaj, they are comfortable with Hindi also, Maharaj, but Clive Prabhu is there. So maybe
Oh, yes. I speak in English. When we think of devotees from Odisha, we generally think of Jagannath, Jai Jagannath. But you're from the northern side, the Kirchhoff Gopinath, right? You're from Baleshwar, is it? From that area? Awaz? No sound. We're not hearing you. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Maharaj.
Yeah,
Yeah, we are just 30 kilometers away from Kirichira.
I see.
I'm very close to that.
You're Baleshwar side or Nilgiri side?
No, Baleshwar side.
Baleshwar side, I see.
Yeah.
You're Orissa Mishra. That's the same family as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. You know that, is it?
Yes, Maharaj. Yeah.
Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's Purva Purush. They're from Orissa. Then they went to Sri Hatta in Assam, which is now in Bangladesh. And then Jagannath Mishra came to Navadvip. And his family is in Jajpur.
Yeah.
Connection. He's originally from Jajpur to Sri Hatta to Navadvip. So Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Maharaj.
Hare Krishna. Now in our you have Tirupati Balaji also. That must be Radha Kant must have introduced that, I suppose, is it?
Yeah.
Mostly the Telugu people are great devotees of Tirupati Balaji. Tirupati Balaji.
We had one devotee from Tirupati Maharaj, Srinivasan Prabhu. So just recently he moved back to India.
I
He
see.
brought pictures.
Although if you go further, if you go to the northern part of Andhra, they're devotees of Nrsimha at Simachalam. All right. And you'll be going back soon. You're planning to return fairly soon, is it? To Bharat Mata.
Yes, Maharaj.
All right. So please, you've seen Radha and Krishna, how they're positioned. So your husband and wife can be like that. In other words, wife can come to the other side. No, wife to the other side. Swap position. That's nice. Oh, and what we're going to do, you're going to have to just take the beads because there's no one there to give them to you. No, when I say, now your wife's going to, too late. All right. Okay. All right then. All right, the beads are in your hand now. That's fine.
Yes, Maharaj.
Okay. So please tell the 4 principles. You first of all say, Sharat.
No meat eating, no intoxication, no illicit sex, no gambling.
All right.
Every day
And how many rounds to chant every day?
Minimum 16 rounds, Maharaj.
All right. So I'm giving a name. All these names now I'm giving are names given by Srila Prabhupada. And your name is Sharat Bihari Das. Hare Krishna.
Hari Bol, Hari Bol.
Which is obviously a name of Krishna. He enjoys pastimes in all the seasons, but his pastimes in Sharat, they are the most famous. There's the Sharadiya Rasa Yatra. He performs the Ras Leela in the Sharat. Now, please, Mataji, you please tell 4 rules.
4 regulated principles. No meditating.
No meditating, no gambling, no illicit sex,
No intoxication.
no intoxication, Prabhu. Maharaj.
And how many rounds? You can say in Oriya if you like.
16 rounds every day, Prabhu. Maharaj is 16 rounds.
16 rounds. All right. So I'm giving a name which Srila Prabhupada gave to one of his disciples. She's, I last saw her, she's active in devotional service. I last saw her in America a few years ago in Prabhupada village. So the name, it's a gopi name also, name of a gopi. And also quite a fairly common name in India. The name is Shashi Kala Devidasi. Shashi Kala. Hare Krishna. Now, Clive, please come in front of the. Please come, Clive. Hare Krishna. Is background sound? What is that? Now that's going out, the background sound. All right, Hare Krishna, very happy.
Very happy, Hare Krishna.
My first African disciple. All by the grace of Radha Kant and Mataji, his wife. Worked hard there for so many years, sacrificing their life and their health and everything. And you're also helping with the translation into local language. That's very pleasing service for Srila Prabhupada. He wanted the books in all the languages of the world. So that's a great service you're doing.
I call your mercy, Maharaj.
You also like to read the books.
Very, very much, Maharaj.
Good. That's a very good habit to read Srila Prabhupada's books. All right. So please tell me the 4 regulative principles.
No illicit sex, no gambling, no meat eating, and no intoxication.
All right. And how many rounds to chant every day?
Minimum 16 rounds, Maharaj.
All right. So I'm giving a name which Srila Prabhupada gave to one of his disciples. The name is Chandra Das. Chandra,
Hari Bol, Hari Bol.
Chandra means the moon. We have Krishna Chandra, Rama Chandra. It's also a name of one of the sons of Krishna. It's also a name of one of the spiritual sons of Srila Prabhupada. And now you are my spiritual son, Chandra Das. Hare Krishna. So we'll go to Croatia. All the way to Zagreb.
Hare Krishna Maharaj.
Hare Krishna. And Suvarna Bindu looks like you're getting ready to give the beads. Is that right?
Yes.
In the empty temple room in Zagreb. You're not allowing people to come because of corona restrictions, or just because it's early in the morning?
No,
You're not,
it's morning.
it's early in the morning also. Please come to the other side, Suvarna Bindu Prabhu. Come to the other side. So you yeah, that's right. That's better. All right. Now, how's this going to go language-wise? Do we need a Perevodchik, or English is okay? You have a...
We have translator.
Okay. All right then. So please say in... I don't suppose you learned Hrvatsky yet, is it? Picking it up slowly. You can say in Russian, Ruski, you can say. What are the 4 regulative principles?
Dear Guru Maharaj, I go no eating, no intoxication, no gambling, no illicit sex.
All right, no meat eating, not eat meeting. And it's just a English language, okay. And how many rounds daily?
Minimum 16 rounds daily.
All right, so the name you can give the beads, the name is Advaita Das. Advaita. Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaur Bhaktavinda. One, you know who Advaita Acharya is? At least we know to some extent. To fully understand is not possible because he's the Supreme Lord. This is one of the names of one of Srila Prabhupada's very early disciples. So what's Advaita Prabhu doing? He's doing book distribution there in Zagreb?
Yes, yes.
How do you communicate with the people? Quite a few people in Zagreb know some English, and you know some English.
I try to speak on English.
I see, yeah. Most of them, young, especially the young people, many of them know English. They like to know English because, I guess, because the English Netflix is more interesting than the Croatian Netflix. Everyone likes to learn English for that reason.
They're producing content in regional languages all the time. They're producing more and more.
They do, yeah, but still there's more available in English. Yeah, so great. Go on distributing books. How's the book distribution going on there?
Dear Guru Maharaj, daily we go to book distribution in Zagreb and together with Andrei and distribute books in Croatian language, Hrvatski language and English language. They mostly distributed English books because Hrvatski is similar to Russian also, so many similar words.
Yeah, so it's Slavonic language, so many similar words. Just like you say Dobre in Russian, and in Hrvatski, it's, what is it? Dobar, something like that. Dobardan, you say, yeah. Something like that. So there are so many similar words. All right, you went there to distribute books, so do it. If you can defeat Lo Manchita, that will be a great achievement. But I think you have a long way to go. Lo Manchita can train you so nicely that you beat him. All right, good. Take blessings from Advaita Acharya. We sing in Mayapur, they sing daily this prayer to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So they sing, Daya Karo Sitapati Advaita Gosai. They're praying for the mercy of Advaita Acharya. So you can, if you like, there are so many songs with Advaita. Anyway, we're singing daily. Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Prabhu Nityananda, Sri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaur Bhaktivinoda. Hare Krishna. So we'll go a few thousand kilometers north to Lund. Is it? In Lund? Oh, that's it.
You can see us now. Hare Krishna Maharaj. Please accept my obeisances. Lochan.
Lochan. Now I'm seeing you for the first time with my Lochan. That just means I, right? Just means
yeah, lotus. The lotus side one.
Lotus eye, I guess, yeah.
Actually, my Lochan Das Thakur Das.
Lochan Das Thakur, yeah. It's famous. So Arun went to Sweden and is now running the Govinda's restaurant in Parampara from Lochan.
Not exactly, but from Tulasi.
Is it? Who was doing that? The wife was the chief cook and bottle washer.
My full name is Sarat Chandra Mishra. So my middle name is Chandra.
All right. Okay. Okay. Very good.
Thank you.
So, Arun, where are you from actually, Arun? Where in India?
My native is Rajasthan. I am born and brought up in Gujarat, Baroda.
Vadodara, I see. All right.
Sure.
Did you see me in Baroda? Did you ever?
Not really. I know that Basubas Prabhu is there, and
yeah. I used to spend a lot of time in Baroda, but now I'm just staying in South India since Corona hit. All right, so please tell me the 4 regulated principles, and then 16, and then Lochan, you're going to give the beats. Is it Lochan Prabhu?
Yeah.
Please come forward a bit, Lochan, because you shouldn't give from behind. Okay. So, please say the 4 regs.
No meat eating, no intoxication, no gambling, and no illicit sex. And regularly chanting 16 rounds every day.
All right. So I'm just changing the name a little bit to a name that Srila Prabhupada gave to one of his disciples. And your name is Varuna Das. Please give the beats.
Offer my obeisances.
You should offer here first to your Guru Maharaj. Full dandavats. Maharaj, I will turn around so you will see a little bit of the Lund temple. Smallest temple in this.
Smallest temple in ISKCON? I don't think so.
Yeah.
The Munich temple is really small now.
Okay.
It was small and it got smaller.
So you see all devotees from
Great.
Mangalavati. Right. This is Tulasi, my wife.
Hare Krishna.
All the congregation.
Great.
Thank you very much, Maharaj.
I heard from 2 devotees. That was from Who said that? I think one was Hansadutta and the other, Bhumadev. He also said that Prabhupada, when he went to Sweden, you must have heard this. He said it will be difficult to make devotees here. Have you heard that, Lochan Prabhu?
Yeah, I heard that. Yeah.
But you're making devotees.
Mainly not.
So Varun
Mainly
is
foreigners, actually.
Mostly. It's always been like that since the beginning. But Vegavan and Ajit, they're two, you know very well. Early pioneers from Sweden. Actually Swedish. There are others also. Now Varun, as you know very well, is the demigod who kidnapped Nanda Maharaj and is the Lord of the waters. But it's also a name in Vishnu Sahasranam. So it's the name of Vishnu also. And you are Varuna Das. Today is the day for Varuni, right?
Yeah.
Everyone gets drunk today.
Yeah. We wait until after the initiation.
Well, it's supposed to wait till midday, right?
We have fire yag afterwards. So it will be midday here probably when we're finished.
Yeah. All right then. Hare Krishna. All glories to Srila Prabhupada.
Nice to see you. Hare Krishna. Hare
Krishna. Very nice to see you. I heard so much about you from Manida Prabhu.
I know.
He thinks you're sane, which means there are not many people that Manida Prabhu thinks is sane.
Sane.
Sane, yeah. Apramata.
Sane.
One of the qualities of a devotee, apramata.
The
opposite of insane. That's a great compliment coming from him.
Yeah, I'm coming very rare.
So we're going to the United Kingdom of Great Britain and Northern Ireland and the Channel Islands and the Scilly Islands and all the other bits and pieces, Hebrides, Orkneys, Shetlands, and so on. Where are you all now?
In Harrow.
Harrow. Whose house is that?
Padmanabh
Nityanand. There he is, smiling and happy. There's so many devotees.
Yeah, supposed to be at my son's house, but because of some corona business, we have to change the venue. So we kept it here.
Oh, I see. Well, that area became restricted suddenly, is it? There were some cases, some outbreak or something?
No, what happened? We had a family wedding, and my daughter and I attended the wedding. And when they tested, she became positive. So we have to change it at the last minute.
I see. Is she symptomatic? Is she suffering from the disease? Or
Oh, not at all, nothing wrong with it. But she tested just in case.
Padam padam yadvipadam natesham. Danger at every step. Danger at every jab. So, Hare Krishna. First I'll ask Helen, who's not going to be Helen much longer, to come forward.
I'm excited.
Saving Helen from hell.
Yes, with any luck.
You're from Reading, is it?
Yes, yes.
I used to go to Reading quite often in my childhood, actually, because my father's aunt or something like that used to live there, so we used to go there. Anyway, Hare Krishna. Please tell me the 4 rules.
No
just a second. Bhagavad Anand, you're going to give the beads. So you have to get on the other. You have to get on the
other side.
Jamani Baju. On the right side. Yeah. So please tell before. Yeah.
No meat eating, no intoxication, no illicit sex, and no gambling.
No. You forgot even the word because you don't do it, right?
Not anymore.
Maybe a little bit nervous also.
Yes.
All right, how many rounds then?
Minimum of 16.
All right, so get ready to give the beads. I'm giving a name that Srila Prabhupada gave to one of his disciples, Yashomati Stanya Pai Dasi. It's a long name. They can just call you Yashomati for short because it's quite a long name. It's quite a long name. It's a name given by Srila Prabhupada. It's actually a name for Krishna. That's why I said Dasi and not Devi Dasi. It's a name for Krishna. It means he who drinks milk from the breast of Yashomati, Mother Yashoda. You have that, don't you? Padmanabh Nityanand, you have the name? We'll send it by email. We'll send it by email.
Thank you, thank you.
You can call you Yashomati for short because it's quite a long name.
Thank you.
And then we'll now grant initiation. Grant initiation to Grant, who's looking after my physical father.
Yes.
Bringing in prasadam, taking him out for walks with the wheelchair. Thank you so much for that.
It's an honor, absolute honor.
And you're busy serving with food for all.
I finished that a couple of years ago, Guru Maharaj, and then I went into the Gokula Kaf. Raja Harry's.
That's in Watford, right?
That's
in Watford.
It was similar. We were still giving food to the homeless and the public in general. But
yeah, anyone who comes.
Yeah, and anybody who wants to come in. But that actually closed for a while because of COVID restrictions.
Oh, I see.
So now I've been given the task of sanding down and varnishing about 30 benches in the manor.
So you get a lot of blessings from all the Vaishnavas who sit on it in future.
Yes. Yes.
All right, then you've been devotee for many years, huh?
I first walked through the gates of the manor 10 years ago, and I think about 4 years ago I was beating myself up about finding the right guru and getting initiated, and then Parasuram, Das from Food for All, a little clip of yourself, and that was it. You inspired me.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
And your daughter's also involved in a lot of. She's also involved in a lot of services, helping with Parashuram there.
Yes, my daughters used to come out with me. Both my daughters. My son went into the temple, and he's been around various other temples around the world. And now your father now is under the care of my daughter.
Yeah, I heard that. Yeah.
As she's one of the managers.
If
this connection is just mad, I'm just not even going to question it, you know.
Krishna's arrangement.
Yeah, absolutely.
We believe in God. We have evidence.
We do, and it is there. And I have to thank Govinda that's here. He's seen me straight through the whole thing, you know, and brought me here today. You know,
From Hemel Hempstead, where I wasted how many years of my life there? 7 years of my life. And Prabhupada was just next door in Lechmore Heath. It's just a few miles away, and I didn't know anything about it. And I was just wasting my life. The devotees were there, Radha, Gokula, and I didn't know anything about it. Well, actually, I did because I saw something on TV, but it just didn't click with me. Anyway, we all wasted so many millions, billions, zillions of lifetimes in this material world. I'm just thinking that Prabhupada was there, and I was playing football on the just wasting my time. Anyway, Hare Krishna. Tell me the 4 principles.
No illicit sex, no gambling, no meat eating, and no intoxication.
How many rounds?
Minimum of 16 rounds a day.
Okay, I'm giving you the name that Srila Prabhupada gave to one of his very first disciples in the first initiation ceremony, a very well-known devotee who did amazing service, really amazing service. The name is Gargamuni Das. Have you heard of Gargamuni, Prabhupada's disciple?
I haven't, no.
You can get his biography. Or it's a half autobiography and half biography. It's like a ghostwritten book or something like that. It's called Gargamuni because Prabhupada used to call him Gargamuni because he is very good at bringing money. That's Bhagavad Ananda's department, right? Bringing in money. So bring lots of money. Bring lots of love for Krishna.
Thank you, Guru Maharaj.
Gargamuni. And Gargamuni is also the one, today's Balaram Purnima, he was the one who gave the name to Krishna and Balaram.
Yes.
You'll find in the Krishna book, he gave the name. Sankarshan and Balaram, he gave these names. Now, if you just all wait 5 minutes or so, I'll come back and then maybe I can meet all the devotees there and say, Hari Bol, how are you doing? Is that all right? Because I have to go and pass water. Actually, I have to drink some water. Give some water for drinking. So Gargamuni Das. I don't have his email address. Otherwise, I could. You could write to him and ask for blessings. He's in Vrindavan. He's lived in Vrindavan for so many years. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada. Go Premanande, Hari Hari Bol. Balaram Bhagavan ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. So who's there? I see Bhagavad Anand is there. I think that must be Keshav Gokula Anand is there. It's not very clear actually, the screen. The picture. What I see is not very clear. There's Gargamuni. So what?
Yes.
How are you, Bhagavatanand? You look very healthy now.
Yes, Maharaj. By your with your kripa, with your mercy, I'm perfectly okay now.
All right. So good warning. Good warning from Maya.
Yeah. Yeah, we started our service in the Soul Street now.
Yeah.
Every Tuesday we go and started. Yeah. This is good.
Yeah.
Good.
It's a
With
good
your
warning.
blessing. Yeah, with
Good
your blessing.
warning from Maya that
Yeah.
you're in the moving toward the final phase.
Yeah.
So have to get more into chanting. Already you're doing, but you're not a young man. Who else is there? Would like to say Hare Krishna?
Hare Krishna Maharaj.
That's Keshav Gokula. I wasn't sure because it wasn't very clear.
Hare Krishna Maharaj.
Krishna Gokula Prabhu.
Yeah. So, what are you doing? What are you doing? A lot of book distribution, is it?
Yes, so we are just with the book distribution service, and Bhadra again this year. I think the world target is due to 25,000 sets of Srimad Bhagavatams. So this year we've stretched the Bhadra across. Was it 3 months? So it gives us more time, and the manor target is 400 sets to distribute. So far we've done about 100 sets. And,
oh, you should do more.
Yeah.
You have so many contacts. Every Indian should take, especially Gujaratis. They should all take at least one set.
Yeah, so that's what we're trying to do, and hopefully
they can take in English and Gujarati.
Yes, that's what we are trying to convince them to at least keep 2 sets of Srimad Bhagavatam. If they got 2-story house, one above and one below. So
they have at least 2 TVs, right?
Yes, that's right.
So, throw out the TV and get the Srimad Bhagavatam. That's
yes,
better.
Maharaj, please bless us that we can achieve our goal and targets with your blessing.
Yeah.
I'm sure. Thank you.
And they all have plenty of money. The Gujaratis in England, they're not poor people, so they can all buy.
It's true. Thank you.
Hare Krishna. How are Radha? You're serving Radha Gokulananda at the manor, and here we have in front of me, in front of the what I can see, Radha Gokulananda Dasi, another Dasi, not Devi Dasi. Came up from where? Where are you in Margate? Is it somewhere?
We're in Canterbury now, Maharaji.
Oh, you moved to Canterbury. That's better place, huh?
Yes.
That's a high class place. The center of spirituality in England, previous to the Krishna consciousness movement. Did you visit the cathedral there?
Not yet, Maharaji.
There's a sign, all these churches all over England, that previously in England, people used to put God more seriously than themselves because the only buildings which are still intact in England from hundreds of years ago, there are a few castles here and there and the churches. And in every village, there's a church. So they used to be very religious people all over Europe. Nowadays, actually, I was in Newcastle upon Tyne a few years ago. And it was the first time I'd been there for many years. After I joined the movement, before I went once to Newcastle. So I asked the devotee, Sakya Ras, he was the Tamil president. I'm not sure if he is now. So we were driving and I said, where's the cathedral? It must be a cathedral in an old ancient city. And then we were going and he pointed out, this is the cathedral. And what was it? The football stadium. It used to be on Sundays, everyone would go to the church, but now on Saturdays, I don't know, all of them, a lot of people go, right? I don't know, probably closed down because of the pandemic, but thousands of people, they don't go to church. They go to the soccer or to the pubs or whatever. Bhagavad Anand told me years ago, he was asked when you were living in Battersea,
Yes, right.
that the local pastor or whatever they're called asked you to come to the church on Christmas Day. And you told me that there was the pastor there and yourself and one woman, and that was it on Christmas Day in London.
Father Peter. Father Peter, he was in charge.
Father Peter was in charge. Father Peter. The British people, they're not even atheists. They just no interest whatsoever, is it? No interest in anything. It's not that they're against religion, they just have no interest whatsoever. I can say myself when I was growing up in England, although superficially from a Catholic family, going to a Catholic school, no interest whatsoever. So you have to ratchet up the interests. There's a group of there's a center in Canterbury, isn't there?
There, Guru Maharaj.
There's regular meetings there.
We go for meetings in Atma Lounge in Folkestone.
In Folkestone, that's good. Small towns having meetings, that's good. That's good. It's going on. And how many people come in Folkestone?
So after the lockdown is lifted,
lockdown, yeah.
So about 20 devotees. It's a small place, but it's full with devotees. So
very good.
Wonderful
and
service.
They're Indians and English all mixed or what?
All mixed. That is very wonderful. All mixed. English.
And nowadays English you can hardly find in England anyway, especially in London.
There are many English devotees there. And we are guided by Rajkishori Mataji and Padmanabha Prabhu from a distance. Then lately Bhaktavatsal Prabhu and Gomti Mataji were looking after us before they moved to India. They're looking after us remotely now. And in terms of cooking service, I'm trying to help at Atma Lounge, Folkestone. And my good husband is trying to raise funds for ISKCON Salem construction. We're trying
that's nice. Don't say. Choop. Not allowed to do that. That was a slip of the tongue. Anyway, yeah, send it in. We need lots of money. How are the little girls? They're speaking with good Kentish accents. Hare Krishna. At home you speak Hindi, do you?
Krishnagi speaks Hindi and Punjabi.
At home you speak Hindi, do you?
They have forgotten Hindi, Maharaj. Sorry.
At home you should speak Hindi, otherwise they'll become...
We speak in Hindi and Punjabi only at home, Maharaj.
That's what I'm saying. At home you should speak.
The younger ones have...
Mostly Punjabi. It's good. It's good to know your own language. I think the new generation Gujaratis, they may not know much, huh? Is it? They're absolutely English in many ways. They go to the pub and everything. Some of them, the ones, still many they go to the manor or they go to Neasden. Some of them. Raja Kishore is now an international pracharika.
No, Maharaj, I'm not giving any classes anymore. I go on Harinams and I'm cooking sweets for Radha Landanishwar. No classes now.
I see. If you can make the sweets, it always used to be that in Berry Place, in general, the prasad was superb. It was always known to be better than the offerings for Radha Landanishwar. They're always known to be better than Radha Gokulananda. But the sweets, the milk sweets of Radha Gokulananda, they were the best. So if you can make the sweets of Radha Landanishwara better than Radha Gokulananda, then that will be the success. But it's not an easy thing to do.
I make 3 sweets, Vedic, all Vedic. I don't use oven. Use it on the top like a proper Vedic sweets every week. As a daily sweet and a fruit sweet.
I see. You make once a week, is it? And then they...
Well, yes, once a week. Everybody, all the pujaris get their slot, and that's about 60 people who want to serve. So we get our chance once a week.
Oh. It's a competition. Who can do service? Well, that's better than most temples, because in most places they find it hard to find enough pujaris. I mean, around in the Western world, especially.
So we have to queue up. We have to wait in the queue. As soon as when somebody says, I can't go, we jump in.
That's better. That's better. Then there's a queue to serve Krishna. Anyway, you can go back to Godhead, and as a Vraja Kishori, you can get the opportunity to cook for Krishna every day. So, Padmanabh Nityanand, tell me, what do you want to tell me?
Nothing.
How's your peacock wife, peahen?
She's well. She's doing well. I'm just trying to serve at ISKCON London.
What services?
Helping with the courses, online courses.
That's your main service, no? Anything else? I guess that keeps you busy, huh? There may not be that much to say about it.
I'm telling his son, Nimai. Nimai is doing really interested in ISKCON, Krishna consciousness. Very, very interested. He does kirtan, he jump and dance, everything he does.
How are your grandchildren?
Grandchildren, they are okay. They are going to Avanti school. They are learning Bhagavad Gita class verses, and then Bhagavatanand goes every other day to teach them kirtan and talk to them about Krishna. And we always take Krishna's Mahaprasad for them. So once a week they get Mahaprasad. Radhalandanishwar's Mahaprasad for them.
Where is that school?
Avanti school.
No, it's not in Avanti. Avanti's in India. Where is it? Which part of London?
In Stanmore.
Stanmore.
Stanmore, yeah.
So there are many devotees in the Watford area also. They send their children, is it?
Yes. Mostly Swami and Kachi, they always come to ISKCON now.
Oh, I see. It's right in between the Gujaratis in the Wembley, Harrow area and the Manor. It's right in between, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's a state-recognized school, so all the Swaminarayans and a lot of Hare Krishna children. If you're a devotee's grandchild or a child, you get priority to get into the school. So
that's allowed.
The Eastern Swaminarayan school, the private one, has closed down now because all the
really they've been booted out of business, is it? Okay, who else am I going to speak to? Yashomati Stanya Pai. I suggested to you that you Yashomati Mataji. I suggested that. Seems you had a very interesting life.
Yes.
More interesting than the usual 9 to 5 English person. You could maybe write an autobiography. You're also good in writing.
Yes. I'm very busy with my services, but I could try.
You can try, yeah.
Yeah.
What services is that?
I transcribe your lectures, and I proofread for Dr. Keshavanand, and I garden to produce vegetables for food for all.
That's quite a lot.
No, I don't shop anymore.
because me and Kishore used to chop every week together for food for, but my chopping days are over. I've got my knife. But for now anyway.
Well, if you get a little time, you could maybe do that also. I think it'd be very interesting. It's quite a journey to the lotus feet of Krishna.
Yes, it's taken a long time to get here. Thank you very much.
Many lifetimes, many lifetimes. So Govinda moved into the camera screen.
He's doing great service. Kirtan and dancing and jumping, all engage everyone. Whoever can engage it.
We have a new initiative, so we're doing 125 suburbs of London, Harinam, to try and commemorate Prabhupada's 125th.
125, that's pretty much all of them, isn't it?
There's about 250 tube stations, so we're going to go through quite a few of them, hopefully.
You're going to go to Leighton?
Leighton as in what? Leighton Buzzard or?
No, Leighton in East London. It's a completely Muslim area.
Okay, we haven't discussed that yet. That's an interesting question because there was a big Muslim march along Oxford Street the last Thursday. So we had to take a few detours because we were upsetting some people just by our presence. So we'll just play it by ear. We don't always get a good reception, but sometimes we do in these areas. So it's an interesting dilemma.
But most people they like it, isn't it? There's a little happiness in their life.
You know what? Yes.
See the devotees.
And you know that I've noticed that actually for some reason Muslim women like the Harinam more than Hindu women, and I don't understand why. They always stop and they start taking videos.
I've seen that also in the West.
Yeah.
Also, and a few years ago, I was at the devotees had an all-day festival in a walking street in Munich, and there were so many Muslims coming. We knew because of the burqas. And they were staying, and they just stay, and they were interested. For many Muslims, actually, when I was on book distribution, this is, I don't know how many years ago, maybe 25 or more years ago, I was on book distribution in Kuala Lumpur in Malaysia. In one office, I met a Turkish man, and he said to me that this was before all the terrorism and everything. He said that first of all, he asked me, do you have a book about God as a person? And then he told me that many Muslims, they're looking for something because they can't relate to Islam. He said, especially intellectuals. That's what he told me. So, oh yeah, I tell you, if you can preach to the Muslims, at least give them the books. It's a great service. That we need to do. We really need to do it.
Yeah, we have books and
there's the Ishmaeli community is there in London. Do you know that? I think maybe you know Bhagavad Anand. They're devotees of, you know that Bhagavad Anand, the Ishmaeli community?
Yeah, I know quite a few people.
They're one sect of Muslims who believe in Krishna.
Yes, yeah. Then my next door neighbor girls were very interested.
If they're Ismaili, you can give them Krishna book. Because they believe the founder of this, they're considered kafirs by regular Muslims. Because they believe their founder was an incarnation of Moses, Krishna, and Muhammad. And they're open to Krishna. And there are others also. I don't know if there are Aga Khan. I know there are Ishmailis in London. But Aga Khanis, they're also quite open. The Gujarati Boras, they're also open. They're more open. And there must be Boras in London, right?
That's right.
Yeah. So if you can at least give Prabhupada's books to them. But they've seen the Harinam. Many of them, they do appreciate and they're interested. And if you can give the books, that will be very good. It's not that they're all going to, come and change and everything, but it's at least give them the books. It's very, very important. And London's what do they call it? Londonistan. It's the mayor of London is a Muslim. It's becoming more and more influential. But they believe in God, but they need to know about Krishna. If you can do that, that will be a great, great service. And any way you're doing Harinam, that's a great service. Distributing books. But just if you keep an eye open for the Muslims also. If you see them, you can give them a book. That it's easy to recognize, right?
Yes.
Some will take. Some will take. Some will take. Even out of curiosity, they may take it. That's one of the great frontiers that ISKCON hasn't really pierced yet. We've got preaching in all the continents, but we haven't really got into the Muslim community.
No, not yet.
We should. That will be a great success if we can do that.
Thank you, Maharaj.
There are one devotee. I used to go on book distribution with him in London. I don't think he lives in England anymore. He was from Turkey, Sarva Sagara. But I'm pretty sure he doesn't live in England anymore. You probably don't know him. So, Hare Krishna. Who's going to go on Harinam with Govinda?
We are going. Gardamuni is a regular. That's why I was very attracted to his service. He just always said yes to Harinam, which was nice.
Jai.
And he plays a nice guitar. He's a good guitar player. He does nice Hare Krishna Kirtan. It's very nice.
You're fortunate you can do it at all, because in many parts of the world they won't allow it because of Corona restrictions.
We did get moved on a few times by the police, but we just carried on, went elsewhere and carried on.
It's the best. It's the best vaccination for material life. Get the Harinam vaccination.
There's a Harinam in Watford today. After this program, anyone wants to go to Watford, there's a Balaram Purnima Harinam. So.
Oh, I see. But there won't be many members of the public around, is it, on Sunday?
Sunday, well, there's still the shops open, so there will be some.
Really, the shops are open on Sunday. I'm from I'm from England in the 1970s. They were all closed.
10 a.m. to 4 p.m.
There'll be a lot of people, I guess, in Cassiobury Park, but
not so many on a day like this. A bit overcast.
Oh, I see.
We've tried Harinam there, and the park is so big, it's hard to actually get a group of people. So it becomes a devoted thing.
People are spread out.
Yeah, but parks are very good. It was Hampstead Park. We found it by mistake, and we got a really great reception because it was just after lockdown, and people were taking the books and they were sitting down chanting with us. So we had some good response there.
That's very good. Yeah, sit down in a park, have books, have a little basket. People can give donations, and they can take another basket. They can take sweets. Great.
Yeah, we had the full thing. It was good. Very nice.
Great. Hari Bol. Who else is going to say Hare Krishna to me? Anyone else? This is the substitute for my flying into London once a year. Just speaking to all the devotees online. Who's that?
Krishnangi, I'm Radha Gopal, and she's my daughter, Krishnangi.
I can't hear. It's not very clear.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. She's my elder daughter, Maharaji.
I see. Hare Krishna. How do you like England?
It's not better than India.
Loudly.
It's not better in India, but
There are pros and cons everywhere. Maybe in going to the West, you can better appreciate the spiritual gifts of India, because there is a difference. The West is very materialistic, and India is also. Delhi is also very materialistic, but there's still Krishna. Some atmosphere is there. Whereas in the West, people are just, there's no, like I say, most people have no interest in anything religious whatsoever. They're just completely absorbed in eating, sleeping, mating, and defending, and that's it. So please read Prabhupada's books. You're reading so many books to go to school, so read Srila Prabhupada's books.
by your mercy, Maharaji, she outshined everybody in religious education in her school. Absolutely everybody. That's the only subject she outshined in, but I'm proud of it. Thank you. Thanks.
They teach religious education. Huh? I went to a Catholic school. They didn't teach us religious education. Is that compulsory, religious education?
They're teaching Hinduism as well.
They're supposed to give all the different religions, right? What else do they teach? Hinduism, Buddhism, Sikhism, Islam, Christianity, paganism, do they teach? Wicca?
No, not paganism. Not
They
paganism.
don't, not paganism. So those are the religions they cover, eh? Christianity, Islam, Judaism, do they cover?
Yes, Prabhuji.
And then Hinduism, Buddhism.
And they do Sikhism too?
Sikhism, Jain.
Not Jainism.
Jainism, not. I guess because there are so many Sikhs in England, there are not so many Jains. Parsi religion, they don't touch, I suppose. Okay, that's interesting. Shinto, I guess not. You don't bother with that. Hare Krishna.
Prabhu is here.
Hare Krishna Maharaj.
Hari Bol. How many years were you TP in London? I think that was a world or a record. Huh?
14 years, Maharaj.
That must be a record. That's got to be a record. One of the toughest jobs in ISKCON, being TP at Soho Street. But there is a tougher job. I'll tell you what's the tougher job. TP in Vrindavan. That's really difficult because you've got everyone has their own opinion about everything. That is a tougher job. But that's great. It's just difficult to be there, actually. It's a really... I remember one time I was in Soho Street. I'm not sure whether it was during your tenure or not. But I went out after Mangaladi, I went out to chant japa outside, and there was all broken bottles and blood all over the street. And you're just nodding your head. Yeah. like that's just normal, right? It's just normal. What a place. It's just like hell. People don't believe in hell, but I do. Preaching in really, and that's what they call enjoyment, right? People are in such hellish consciousness. That's what they call enjoyment, yelling and screaming in the streets and getting in fights and drunk and well, congratulations. What's your main service now?
Trying to care for the devotees.
That's a big service.
Also, I'll be performing the yajna today, Maharaj.
Okay, good.
Yes.
You're waiting for that. I'm holding you all up.
No, I'm not waiting.
I'm so honored that I got to hear from you a little bit, Maharaj. I think they said it was supposed to happen earlier.
Happen earlier?
I think the schedule that I was sent was a little different, but I'm not waiting for anything. Just happy to hear.
Then,
Yes,
who else
ma'am.
is there?
Anymore.
Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare. There's kirtan going on in the background. They're having the Balaram festival. It's 1 o'clock here. They're having the, I guess the Aarti must be going on now. They had the Abhishek. So that's it. Oh, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Nice to see you.
Nice to see you also.
Relishing all your wonderful lectures, keeping us going during the COVID. And it's been a lifesaver for me. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for your faithfulness, sending donations from time to time. That's also very much appreciated. How's your old friend Saraswati? I think she's out of orbit now.
Yeah, I saw her recently, and we had a nice day together with another devotee. And although she's like not, I don't know how, I don't think she's really practicing, but she was quite happy to be in our association and take prasadam and talk about Krishna consciousness.
That's good.
So,
that's good.
yeah, it's nice. Yeah.
And you're still living in that place? Where
Yeah,
is that?
still there. Yeah.
I used to stay. That's a nice Bhajan Kuti I used to stay in.
Well, I try and keep it like Krishna conscious as much as I can. So yeah. That's good. Yeah. All by your mercy.
And what's your main service?
Well, at the moment, currently I'm doing garlands. I stopped cooking for a while because my health was getting a bit down. My body was quite weak, and I needed to recover some health. So at the moment, I'm doing garlands.
I see. Yeah, you're not getting any younger. You're past the halfway point.
Definitely. Yeah. So, but anyway, there are plenty of things to be absorbed in. You know, my reading has picked up a lot, which I find
good.
So good, because it was quite bad for a while. It was quite a struggle, but now with COVID, actually, it's improved because I do like at least an hour a day Srimad Bhagavatam with another devotee friend on Zoom. We read every day, and I love it so much. And then we have other sanghas every day with devotees from the temple. We read. We're doing Isha Upanishad. We're doing Nectar of Devotion. We're doing so many things. Krishna book. It's like a lot of reading.
Actually, this COVID was good for devotees in as much as a lot more reading got. There was a lot more reading done. The preaching went down, but the outside preaching went down, but a lot of them, they got more time for reading, especially. So that was a great boon. And the preaching has largely shifted to the internet now, as you know. That's also partially due to
there are a lot of Harinams going on now. Harinams are going all the time. And we have a new center here where devotees are doing some preaching.
New center here means where? In London?
In London. Yeah.
Where in London? Where in London?
It's in the city center, town center, like West End, I guess. And devotees are doing outreaching kind of programs.
Oh, that's Parashuram is doing that in Holborn, is it? He was getting a place in Holborn?
No, it's the temple. It's I think Dolly Mahaprabhu, the new temple president, he's in charge of that project.
What's his name?
Doyle Mahaprabhu. He is a disciple of
Doyle Gora.
Doyle Mora.
Doyle?
Mora.
Doyle Mora. Doyle Mora. I see.
Yeah.
What's that? They purchased a building or something for a new temple?
They got a building for free, and they're doing like just kirtan, prasadam, some talks, trying to bring people in. And it's they have it decorated in such a way with plants and things, so people come in.
Was it donated to ISKCON, or is it just for use?
It's on loan. Basically, it's on loan. Yeah.
I see.
Yeah.
Where is it exactly? In the
It's
West End?
Margaret Street, which is kind of up between
which
Margaret
street?
Near Oxford Circus.
Near Oxford Circus.
It's a street off Oxford Street, just like Soho
Yes.
Street, is it?
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you're at both ends of Oxford Street.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, so you can have Harinam parties. They can meet each other in the middle.
Yeah.
Meet at Oxford Circus.
Yeah.
At Oxford, the tube station.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, restrictions are not so bad here now. You can go basically do anything now. You can go out in books. You can do Harinam. You can have preaching programs. Everything's going on.
Take advantage of it while you can, because you never know when the next lockdown could come.
Yeah.
Yeah, do it while you can. Hare Krishna. Anyone else? I should say Hare Krishna too. That's it, huh? All right then.
Hare Krishna Maharaj.
Hare Krishna.
It's Hare Krishna.
Who's that?
My name is Kishori Yogini Devidasi.
Kishori?
Kishori Yogini.
Kishori Yogini.
And I was in Reading with Helen for some time. And I just want to say I was in Reading with Yashomati for a long time. And I just wanted to say how Yashomati Mataji was always so enthusiastic, and she actually has many talents. She's also an artist. She does amazing Krishna art, and despite so many health problems, she would ride her bike all the way to Jagannath's house, Vishal Gauranga's house, and do service, and just so inspiring. Even though she was older and had health issues, she would still do so much. She'll come on book distribution almost every weekend sometimes, and always inspiring and preaching to other devotees in such a down-to-earth and genuine way. And many of the younger people who we were cultivating, Yashomati would be like a real motherly figure to them. And I just wanted to, just to say that.
Yeah. A lot of people in England need a mother, actually. Really. I mean, even on an emotional level.
She's been like my mother also.
Yeah. The devotees also, devotees of your age.
Yeah.
Lavanga Latika is getting to that age. Not quite as.
I said, my daughter is here as well, Guru Maharaj.
I see, you're real daughter.
My daughter. She's hiding at the back, daughter. Hiding at the back, and my sister.
Now you have so many daughters.
Yes.
You became my daughter, and you got so many daughters.
Yes.
All right, well, bring in more. Actually, people are suffering so much in England. They're really, really suffering. They really are. They're in this illusion, especially in the summer. They get in this illusion that they're enjoying. But what is that enjoyment? Going out in Soho and smashing some bottles on each other's head. Really. I mean, we used to really feel it when we went out on book distribution in the 1970s, and the situation is much worse now. You think back to the 1970s, we think of nice, quaint England, how quaint it was in those days, but it's really a mess. England and America are really, really suffering. It's almost everyone's messed up one way or another, either with drugs or sexuality or marriage. It's just a crime. Just people are messed up so badly. It's get out there, do the Harinam, distribute the books, and people come, be their mother, be their sister, and give them Krishna's love. A lot of people, what I can see, that even philosophy, philosophy they should have, but really they're just looking for someone who actually has a little feeling for them, isn't it? Yeah, you have to do a lot of work to do in England, everywhere. Okay, I'll leave you to do the sacrifice, and then you can chant Hare Krishna and take prasadam, I guess. It's still quite early there, huh?
Yeah, 8:45. Yeah.
8:45. You're supposed to fast till midday, right?
Yeah.
For Balaram. Then you can get drunk. Don't take too much. Don't take too much. Don't take it literally. All right, Hare Krishna, Vacha Kalpatarubhyascha Kipasindhubhya Vacha
Ki Swaminatha Bhakti Vikasa Swami Maharaj ki
Vaishnavaya Namo Namaha. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Hare Krishna.